I hate homework.
I know. I hate it too.
Why does it have to take so long?
Hi, boys. What are you working on?
School project, Grandma. We're doing a report on Native American homes.
Really? Do you mean the kind we live in now, or back when we were in our homelands?
Didn't we all just live in teepees?
I mean, a teepee's a teepee. What's the difference?
Not all Native people lived in teepees. Do you know what kind of homes our people used to live in?
No.
We originally came from what is now New York State. When we lived there, we lived in longhouses. We are called Haudenosaunee, the people of the Longhouse.
Okay, but most of the other tribes lived in teepees, right?
That's not true, boys. Grab your coats and let's go see our longhouse. This is a model of what a longhouse looks like. Our people lived in something like this a long time ago.
Did you live in one, Grandma?
I'm not that old. And stop fooling around. I am trying to teach you something. This is a smaller version of what a longhouse was. See how they used the bark and everything from the tree?
How many people lived in them?
The longhouse here would be the size for one family. There were 2 smoke holes about 20 feet apart, and they represented one family. One fire was used for cooking and the other for heat.
Can we go inside the longhouses?
We'll have to go inside the Oneida Museum to see about that.
Cool. Look, they had bunk beds.
Years ago, animal skins were used to make clothing. They were also used to keep warm. They would also dry a lot of their food. They used to dry the vegetables by hanging them from the rafters. Corn was first dried and then stored. This was done with a variety of things.
Look, they had electricity too. They invented the light bulb before Thomas Edison did. Our people were really ahead of their time.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with you boys. Now, did you have another tribe you were going to compare it to? Do you know which tribe?
No.
I have a friend at Stockbridge Museum. The Stockbridge Munsee people came to Wisconsin Territory like we did. They had lost their homelands also, and when we moved, so did they.
Grandma, this is just like a field trip.
Are we there yet?
I was wondering how long it would take before I heard that. We're almost there.
Oh, I love this song.
I do too. Crank it up, Bob.
Boys, don't make me stop this car. You're supposed to be thinking about questions to ask for your school project.
Okay, I'll turn it off.
What kind of things are you going to ask my friend at the museum?
We have some questions on our sheet.
How about how and where did they go to the bathroom? Did they have a place, or did they just go anywhere they wanted?
Okay, you two, knock it off. Be serious.
Are we there yet?
Yes, we are very close. Look, there it is.
Kolomalsi boys, I heard you had some questions about our homes and the way we used to live.
We have a school project we are working on, and we are going to compare our homes with yours.
What kind of houses did you live in? We lived in longhouses.
We also lived in longhouses, but we also lived in wigwams like this too.
Wigwam? Isn't that the same as a teepee?
Well, not really. Our wigwams were round and had a dome top where teepees kind of went up to a point.
How many people could live in a wigwam? We had a lot of people that could live in a longhouse.
Well, some of the wigwams were small, like you see here. These are smaller ones, and some of them were bigger.
What were the wigwams made out of?
Wigwams are made of bent saplings, kind of like you see here, and big sheets of bark like this. They would also put 2 sides to them, so there was a space about this big between the outer and the inner part, and then they would put moss in there to make it nice and warm for the winter time.
Were there villages, or were the wigwams portable?
No, they weren't portable. They stayed where they were built.
Thanks for answering all our questions.
Yes, we learned a lot.
I'm so happy I could help you out, boys. Maybe we'll see you again sometime.
So, what did you two learn at the museum?
Well, we learned that the Stockbridge people's homes were different from ours in many ways.
Yes, our people lived in longhouses year-round, and we would use our home to dry and store food. And they lived in clans, and when a family would get bigger, they added on another section.
They also used every part of the tree when they built their homes.
Yes. What else?
The Stockbridge Munsee people lived in both longhouses and wigwams.
And they lived in villages, and when the seasons changed, they would go to different areas to hunt. And they also lived close to the water.
The rivers were used for food and transportation.
It sounds like you boys learned a lot about the Stockbridge people and your own people.
It was really fun visiting both museums.
For more information on the Stockbridge Munsee Nation, you can go to www.mohicannsn.gov. For more information on the Oneida Nation, go to the Oneida Digital Media YouTube channel or explore Oneida.com.